What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about buying a car if you have bad credit. First off, not a financial advisor or anything, just a car guy, works at a dealership, trying to help people. Anyways, the very first thing that you have to know if you're wanting to buy a car and you have bad credit is you are going to need a large down payment. Most banks are going to require around 20 to 25% in order for you to actually get the vehicle. Obviously, the more the better. The more money you can put down, the more the bank sees that you're actually serious and going to make your future payments and that you are trying to rebuild your credit. So don't go in there with, $500 trying to get a $10,000 car. You're probably not going to get approved for that. So try to get as much money down as you possibly can, and you do actually have a higher chance of getting approved. The second thing that you will need is your pay stubs or proof of income. Depending on the place, they'll require, however many pay stubs, month's worth, 2 months worth, whatever it is on that. Make sure you have these. If you do not have them, like you're self-employed or you get paid under the table, make sure that you are depositing this money into your bank account, because the bank, when you're getting financed, can actually use your bank statements as a proof of income. I've had multiple people come in, they're like, oh, I get paid under the table for a lot of stuff. I'm like, hey, are you keeping track of this? And they say no. They just keep it in their pocket and never put it in. There's no way to prove they actually make that income. And so you need to be putting that into the bank so that way you can prove that income is actually going in and that it is there. The third thing that you are gonna have to make sure that you have is proof of residency. If you just moved to the state or if you're in an apartment and you changed addresses, make sure that you have proof of that. If it's not matching with what's on your license, this can either be like on your pay stubs or a utility bill or something like that, just to prove that you live there. Most places, they want around like 2 years of residency, just to know if you've been in the state that long or if you lived in the area very long, because a lot of the places that we use anyways are local places and want to make sure that you're not going to skip town and that you are from here, and they're not going to have to chase you across the country in order to get the car back if you don't make your payment on that. So show your proof of residency. The next thing that you're going to have is full coverage insurance on the vehicle. This is pretty common no matter the loan type that you get, but especially important when you're getting a loan for a bad credit. So understand that you're going to have to be able to get full coverage insurance on the vehicle. So don't max yourself out when you're trying to make these payments. Make sure that you're going to realize, okay, I have to make that insurance payment the next month and everything like that. So don't max yourself out, so that way you aren't able to make your insurance payments and then the bank is mad at you, and in turn it just messes everything up. The next thing after that, obviously pick the right car. Make sure you're picking one that's going to last you on that. Pretty simple car buying stuff. On the car, start cheap. That's the best way. I get so many people come in, they've got like a 480 or something, like pretty bad credit, and they're like, I want the most expensive car on your lot. I'm like, well, you can't get it. And it hurts their pride a little bit, but you got to start somewhere cheap. I would recommend under 10 grand. Rebuild your credit, have that, janky little car for a little bit. Just work on that, because that's your main goal right now, is just trying to rebuild your credit. And then finally, the last thing to do is refinance. Usually on these, like I said, you're going to have a higher interest rate, right around 29% on up, some as high as 50% on there. Good rule of thumb, right around 6 months, see if you can refinance that vehicle. So that way you can, have a lower payment and you're not paying off that huge interest and everything like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like more, just like the video. If you have any questions down below, you can ask them. I'll try to answer them with as much knowledge as I have. Once again, not a financial advisor or anything like that, just trying to help people out. Bye.